Hello, everyone. Welcome back to our English listening practice. In today's conversation, we're going to talk about a very interesting and quite controversial topic, the trend of plastic surgery, and why so many people today seem obsessed with it. With the rise of social media and beauty standards that keep changing, more and more people feel pressured to look a certain way. But is it really about confidence, or is it something deeper? In this conversation, you will hear different opinions, reasons, and perspectives about plastic surgery, from self-confidence to social pressure. You'll also learn how to express opinions, agree and disagree, and talk about sensitive topics in a natural and respectful way in English. So listen carefully, keep an open mind, and think about your own perspective as you follow the conversation. Are you ready? Let's get started. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Luna. It's time to stop the cap and finally tell my dad what's really on my mind. I've been manifesting this moment for so long, and I just hope he doesn't lose it. Send some good energy my way. Hopefully he's down for it. Want to know the tea? Listen in. Dad, can I ask you something? But you have to promise you won't freak out right away, okay? I've been thinking about this for a while, and I didn't know the right time to bring it up. But I guess now is as good as any.
That already sounds suspicious, Luna. Whenever someone starts a sentence like that, it usually ends with something expensive or dangerous. But all right, I'll try to stay calm. What is it that you want to ask?
So I kind of need some money. Not just a little, though. It's something important to me, and I really believe it could make a big difference. I've been planning it quietly, but I think I need your help now.
Not just a little is doing a lot of work in that sentence. How much money are we talking about here? Please don't tell me it's something outrageous because my heart is not ready for that kind of shock today.
Okay, don't panic, please. I need $10,000. I know it sounds like a lot, but I promise I didn't just come up with that number randomly. There's a reason behind it.
$10,000, Luna. That's not a lot. That's a huge amount of money. What on earth do you need that kind of money for? Are you in some kind of trouble? Did something happen that you're not telling me?
No, I'm not in trouble, I swear. It's nothing illegal or dangerous like that. It's just something personal, something I've been thinking about for a long time. I just didn't know how to explain it to you.
Well, you're going to have to explain it now because there's no way I can just hand over $10,000 without understanding exactly what it's for. Start from the beginning and don't skip any details.
It's just, lately, I've been feeling like I'm falling behind compared to everyone else. My friends are all doing things, improving themselves, changing their lives, and I feel stuck, like I'm not moving forward at all.
Feeling left behind is one thing, Luna, but that doesn't usually require $10,000 to fix. What exactly are your friends doing that makes you feel this way? Is this about school or something else?
It's not school, really. It's more about confidence, I guess. The way people see themselves, the way they present themselves to the world. Some of my friends have been investing in themselves, and it's changed how they feel every day.
Investing in themselves could mean a lot of things. Are we talking about courses, skills, business ideas, or something entirely different? Because those things usually don't cost that much.
Some of it is like that, sure, but not all of it. It's more about appearance, confidence, self-image. I know it might sound shallow, but it actually affects how people treat you and how you feel every single day.
Luna, I need you to be very clear with me right now. Are you talking about buying expensive clothes or something more serious than that? Because your tone is making me a little nervous.
It's not just clothes. I mean, clothes help, but that's not the main thing. It's something bigger, something that would actually make me feel different when I look at myself in the mirror.
You're being very vague, and I don't like that. If you expect me to support you, you need to be honest and direct. What exactly are you planning to do with that money?
I want to feel confident, Dad. I want to stop comparing myself to others and feeling like I'm not enough. I've been struggling with this for a long time, and I think this could finally help me.
Confidence doesn't come from money alone, Luna. You can spend $10,000 and still feel exactly the same if the problem is deeper than that. Are you sure this is really the solution?
I've thought about that, and maybe you're right, but I also think sometimes external changes can help internal feelings. It's not like I haven't tried other things before. I just want a real change.
I understand wanting change, but I'm worried that you're putting too much hope into something that might not give you what you expect. Big decisions like this can have long-term consequences.
I know, and that's why I came to you instead of just doing something impulsive. I wanted to talk about it first to see what you think and maybe get your support if you understand where I'm coming from.
I appreciate you came to me. I really do, but I'm still trying to wrap my head around the amount of money and the reason behind it. It feels like there's still something you're not fully saying.
Maybe I'm just scared of how you'll react if I say it directly. I don't want you to think I'm being ungrateful or that I don't appreciate what I already have. That's not it at all.
Luna, you don't need to be afraid to tell me the truth. I might not agree with everything, but I'd rather hear it honestly than be left guessing. Whatever it is, just say it.
All right, I'll try to explain it properly. Just promise me you'll listen first before getting angry, okay? Because this really matters to me, even if it might not make sense at first.
I promise I'll listen. I can't promise I won't have a reaction, but I will hear you out completely. Go on, Luna. Tell me what this $10,000 is really for.
Okay, I'm just going to say it. The money, it's for plastic surgery. I've been thinking about it for months now, and some of my friends already did it. And they look so much more confident and happy.
Plastic surgery, Luna? Are you serious right now? You want me to give you $10,000 so you can change your face or your body? I honestly can't believe what I'm hearing.
Dad, please don't react like that immediately. I knew you'd be shocked, but I'm not saying this lightly. I've done my research, I've talked to people, and it's something I really want for myself.
No, Luna, this isn't just shocking. This is extremely concerning. You're talking about surgery, not buying a new phone or going on a trip. This is permanent, risky, and completely unnecessary.
It's not unnecessary to me. Every day I look in the mirror and feel like something is missing. My friends who did it seem so much happier now, and they're treated differently too.
So this is about your friends. You want to change your body because other people did it? That's exactly the kind of pressure you should be resisting, not giving into.
It's not just pressure, Dad. It's how I feel about myself. I've tried ignoring it. I've tried being confident, but it doesn't work. I still feel insecure no matter what I do.
And you think surgery will magically fix that? Luna, insecurity doesn't disappear just because you change how you look. It can actually get worse if you rely on that as a solution.
But what if it helps? What if this is the thing that finally makes me feel okay with myself? I don't want to keep feeling like this forever while everyone else is moving forward.
You're not behind, Luna. You're just comparing yourself to people who are making drastic decisions. That doesn't mean they're better or happier in the long run.
You don't see what I see every day. Social media, school, everywhere. Looks matter so much. People get more attention, more opportunities, just because they look a certain way.
I'm not denying that appearance can affect how people treat you, but that doesn't mean you should risk your health and identity to fit into that standard. That's a dangerous mindset.
I'm not trying to become someone else. I just want to improve what I already have. It's like upgrading, not replacing who I am.
Surgery is not an upgrade, Luna. It's a serious medical procedure with real risks, complications, regret, even long-term damage. You're treating it like it's something simple.
I know there are risks, but there are also professionals who do this safely. People do it all the time now. It's not as extreme as it used to be.
Just because it's common doesn't mean it's right for you. A lot of people follow trends without thinking about the consequences. I don't want you making a life-changing decision based on that.
So you're just going to say no, without even considering how I feel. I thought you said you'd listen, but it feels like you already decided.
I am listening, Luna, but listening doesn't mean agreeing. As your father, it's my job to protect you, especially when I see you heading towards something I believe could hurt you.
It hurts already, Dad. That's what you don't understand. Feeling insecure all the time, comparing myself constantly, it's exhausting. I just want some relief from that.
And I hate that you feel that way. I really do.
But the answer isn't to change your body to match unrealistic standards. We should be working on why you feel this way in the first place.
Talking doesn't fix everything. Sometimes you need action, something real. I don't want to spend years trying to accept myself while still feeling miserable every day.
And I don't want you rushing into something irreversible because you're in pain right now. Pain can cloud judgment, and decisions made in that state can lead to regret later.
So what am I supposed to do then? Just keep pretending everything is fine? Because it's not fine, and I'm tired of acting like it is.
No, you're not supposed to pretend. You're supposed to face it in a healthier way. Maybe we talk to a professional, someone who can actually help you work through these feelings properly.
You mean like therapy? You think this is just in my head? That I'm the problem, not how I look?
I think your feelings are real, but the solution you're choosing might not be the right one. And yes, talking to someone doesn't mean you're the problem. It means you care enough to understand yourself.
I don't know. It just feels like you're rejecting what I want completely. Like you don't trust me to make my own decisions.
It's not about trust, Luna. It's about timing, maturity, and the seriousness of the decision. If you were asking for something smaller, it would be different. But this is huge.
So that's it. You're not going to help me at all?
I'm not going to give you $10,000 for plastic surgery, no. But I am going to help you in other ways, ways that won't put you at risk or make you depend on changing your body to feel worthy.
It just feels unfair. Like everyone else gets to do what they want and I'm stuck being told no.
Being told no doesn't mean you're being held back, Luna. Sometimes it means someone cares enough to stop you from making a decision you might regret. And right now, that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Dad, please, can we just talk about this calmly for a second? I'm not trying to fight with you. I just want you to understand how serious I am about this. This isn't some random idea. It's something I've been holding in for a long time.
Luna, I am trying to stay calm, but it's hard when you're asking for something that could change your life forever in ways you might not even realize yet. I'm not ignoring your feelings, but I can't just support this decision blindly.
I'm not asking you to support it blindly. I'm asking you to trust me. I've thought about the risks, I've read about the procedures, and I've even seen before and after results. I know what I'm getting into.
Reading online and seeing photos is not the same as truly understanding the emotional and physical consequences. People only show the best outcomes, not the regrets, not the complications, not the struggles afterward.
But there are so many success stories too, Dad. People who feel more confident, who finally love themselves after doing it. Why can't I be one of those people?
Because you're basing your self-worth on something external, Luna. If your confidence depends on changing your appearance, what happens when something else makes you feel insecure again? Will you keep changing yourself over and over?
Maybe. I don't know. But at least this would fix the biggest thing that's bothering me right now. I just want to feel normal, like I'm not the less pretty one in every group.
You are normal, Luna. You just don't see it because you're comparing yourself to unrealistic standards. Social media and peer pressure are distorting how you see yourself.
It's not just social media, Dad. It's real life, too. People treat you differently based on how you look, whether you admit it or not. I've experienced it myself, and it hurts.
I'm not denying that the world can be unfair, but changing yourself to fit that unfairness is not the answer. The answer is building confidence that doesn't depend on other people's opinions.
That sounds nice, but it's not that easy. You're not the one dealing with it every day. You don't know what it feels like to constantly feel not enough.
You're right. I don't feel exactly what you feel, but I do know what it's like to struggle with self-doubt. And I also know that quick fixes rarely solve deep problems.
This isn't a quick fix to me, Dad. This is something that could change how I see myself every single day. That's not small. That's huge.
Exactly. It is huge, and that's why you shouldn't rush into it. Big decisions require time, maturity, and the ability to accept yourself even if things don't turn out the way you expect.
So what, you want me to just wait for years while feeling like this? That doesn't sound fair at all. I feel like I'm stuck while everyone else is moving forward.
You're not stuck, Luna. You're just on a different path, and honestly, a healthier one if you choose to work on your confidence instead of trying to buy it.
But I've tried, Dad. I've tried telling myself I'm okay. I've tried ignoring what people say, but it doesn't change how I feel inside. It just keeps coming back.
Then we find better ways to deal with it. We talk to someone who understands these feelings professionally. We build your confidence step by step, not overnight through surgery.
I don't want to sit in a room and talk about my feelings while nothing changes. I want something real, something I can actually see.
What you can see isn't always what you truly need. Real change often happens inside first, even if it's slower, and it lasts longer than anything external.
You keep saying that, but it feels like you're just trying to avoid helping me, like you'd rather I struggle than support what I actually want.
That's not true, and you know it. I would do anything to help you, but not something I believe could harm you physically or emotionally in the long run.
So you're really not going to give me the money no matter how much this means to me?
Not for plastic surgery, Luna. I'm standing firm on that. But I will support you in healthier ways, whether that's therapy, self-development, or anything that builds you up without changing who you are.
It just feels like you don't understand me at all, like you're shutting down the only solution I see.
I understand more than you think. I understand that you're hurting, that you feel insecure, and that you want relief. But I also understand that this isn't the right way to get it.
So what am I supposed to do with all these feelings then?
You don't run from them, and you don't try to cut them out with surgery. You face them, you work through them, and you learn to see your value beyond appearance.
That sounds really hard, Dad. Honestly, it sounds even harder than just doing the surgery.
It is harder, Luna, but it's also stronger and more meaningful. And I promise you, I'll be right there with you through it. You don't have to go through this alone.
You really mean that? You'll actually help me, not just say no and leave me to deal with it?
I mean it completely. I'm saying no to the surgery, but I'm saying yes to helping you become confident in a way that no one can take away from you.
Okay, I'm still upset, but I think I understand a little. I just need time to process everything.
That's all I ask, Luna. Take your time, think about it deeply, and remember, you're already enough, even if you don't feel like it yet.
Dad, I've been thinking about everything you said, and I get it, I really do. But I still can't shake this feeling. I still want to do it. I still want the surgery, no matter how much we talk about it.
Luna, we just had a long conversation about this. I thought you understood why I'm against it, at least for now. Why are you still so sure this is the only way forward for you?
Because it's not just a random idea in my head. I already know what kind of look I want. I want to look like Kylie Jenner, like her features, her style, her confidence. That's the kind of transformation I'm aiming for.
Luna, wanting to look like someone else entirely is exactly what worries me the most. You're not supposed to become another person. You're supposed to become the best version of yourself.
But she is the best version, Dad. People admire her. She's confident, successful, and beautiful. It's not like I'm choosing something unrealistic. So many people are inspired by her.
Being inspired is one thing. Trying to copy someone's face and identity is another. You don't see everything behind the scenes, the pressure, the expectations, the consequences of living like that.
Still, it's normal now. So many people do it. It's not like I'm doing something weird or extreme. Compared to other things people are doing these days, this feels pretty reasonable.
What do you mean by other things? Don't try to justify one decision by comparing it to something else. That doesn't make it automatically right.
I'm just saying some of my friends are going through identity changes, like using different pronouns and becoming they, them. And I'm not judging them, but compared to that, wanting to improve my appearance feels more straightforward.
Luna, listen carefully. Other people's identities or choices are not something you should use as a comparison or a justification. Everyone has their own journey, and it's not your place or mine to measure whose choice is more normal.
I'm not trying to judge them. I'm just saying this is what I want. This is my choice, my body, my life. I don't see why it's such a big problem if it makes me happier.
It becomes a big problem when your happiness depends on becoming someone else. That's not self-improvement, that's self-rejection. And that's what I'm trying to protect you from.
It's not self-rejection, Dad. It's self-upgrade. I just want to feel proud of how I look, not constantly wishing I looked different every time I see myself.
But you're setting a very specific standard, someone else's face, someone else's features. What happens if you don't achieve that exact result, or if you still feel insecure afterward?
At least I would have tried something instead of just sitting here feeling miserable. Doing nothing feels worse than taking a risk.
There's a difference between doing nothing and doing something healthy. You're acting like your only options are surgery or suffering, and that's simply not true.
Then what is the alternative that actually works? Because everything else just feels like empty advice. Love yourself, be confident. It sounds nice, but it doesn't change how I feel.
The alternative is building confidence in a way that doesn't disappear the moment someone criticizes you. Real confidence doesn't rely on looking like a celebrity. It comes from accepting yourself and growing from there.
But I don't like what I see right now. How can I accept something that makes me unhappy? That just feels like lying to myself.
Acceptance doesn't mean you think you're perfect. It means you stop hating yourself long enough to grow in a healthy direction. There's a big difference between improvement and transformation driven by insecurity.
I hear what you're saying, but it still doesn't change my mind. I still want this, Dad. I still believe this could help me become the person I want to be.
And I hear you too, Luna, but wanting something strongly doesn't automatically make it the right choice. Sometimes the things we want the most are the ones we need to question the most.
So you're still saying no, even after everything I've said?
I'm still saying no to funding surgery, yes, but I'm also saying I won't give up on helping you find a better way to feel confident, one that doesn't depend on becoming Kylie Jenner or anyone else.
It's just really frustrating. I feel like I finally know what I want and I still can't reach it.
Sometimes clarity comes with time, Luna. What feels like the perfect solution today might look very different a year from now, and I want to make sure you don't make a permanent decision based on a temporary feeling.
Maybe, but right now it doesn't feel temporary at all.
I understand, and that's exactly why we need to slow down, not speed up, because the more permanent the decision, the more careful we have to be.
Luna, come sit with me for a moment. I'm not here to argue anymore. I just want to talk to you as your dad who truly cares about you. I can see how strongly you feel about this, and that tells me this isn't just about appearance. It's something deeper.
I'm listening, Dad, but please don't just repeat the same things again. I already know you don't agree, and it just makes me feel worse when it turns into another lecture.
I understand, and I'll try to say this differently. What I want you to realize is that your value doesn't come from how closely you resemble someone like Kylie Jenner. You were never meant to be a copy of anyone. You were meant to be uniquely yourself.
But what if I don't feel good being myself? That's the problem, Dad. I don't feel confident with what I have right now, and it's hard to just accept that.
And that's exactly where we need to focus. Not on changing your face, but on understanding why you feel that way. Because if you don't solve that part, even the most perfect appearance won't give you lasting peace.
So you really think I'll still feel insecure even after surgery? Even if I finally look the way I want?
There's a very real chance of that, yes. I've seen people chase perfection their whole lives, always finding something new to fix. It becomes a cycle, not a solution.
That sounds scary. I don't want to end up like that. But I also don't want to stay like this forever, feeling unhappy every time I look in the mirror.
And you don't have to stay like this. But there are healthier ways to improve how you feel. Ways that build confidence from the inside out. Things like learning to take care of yourself, developing skills, finding passions, even changing your style in safe ways.
But those things feel so slow, Dad. I just want something that makes a difference now, not years later.
Fast results are tempting, I know, but the strongest foundations are built slowly. Think of it like this. Would you rather have confidence that lasts a few months or confidence that stays with you for the rest of your life?
Of course I'd want the one that lasts. I just don't know if I'm strong enough to get there without changing how I look.
You are stronger than you think, Luna. You've handled so many things in your life already, and this is just another challenge, one that you don't have to face alone.
It just feels like everyone else has it easier, like they don't have to struggle this much just to feel okay about themselves.
It might look like that on the outside, but you never really know what someone else is dealing with. Many people who seem confident are also fighting their own insecurities silently.
So, what do you want me to do instead, Dad? If not surgery, then what's my first step?
Start small. Take a break from comparing yourself to others, especially online. Focus on what makes you feel good naturally, whether it's hobbies, exercise, learning something new, or even just taking care of your health.
That sounds simple, but also kind of hard to stick to. I always end up comparing myself again without realizing it.
That's normal. It's a habit, and habits take time to change. But every time you notice it and try to stop, you're already making progress.
Do you really believe I can feel confident without changing my face?
I don't just believe it. I know it's possible because confidence isn't about having a perfect face. It's about accepting yourself and growing into someone you're proud of.
When you say it like that, it sounds more real. Still difficult, but not impossible.
That's all I want you to see. It's not impossible. And I'll support you every step of the way, whether it's finding the right help, building new habits, or just being here to listen when you're struggling.
Thank you, Dad. I'm still not completely over the idea, but I think I understand why you're so against it now.
That's okay, Luna. You don't have to change your mind overnight. Just promise me you won't rush into anything, and you'll give yourself the chance to grow first.
I promise. I'll try to focus on myself first without making any big decisions right away.
That's all I could ever ask for. And remember, you're already enough, even if it takes time for you to truly believe it. Luna, I've been thinking about everything we talked about, and I can see how much this has been weighing on you. I don't want you to feel stuck or unsupported, so I've decided to do something, but with a condition.
Wait, what do you mean, Dad? You sound serious, and now I'm kind of nervous. What kind of decision did you make?
I'm going to transfer you the $10,000 you asked for, but listen carefully. This is not for plastic surgery. Not now, not secretly later, not in any way.
Wait, are you serious right now? You're actually giving me the money? I wasn't expecting that at all after everything we argued about.
Yes, I'm serious, but this money comes with trust and responsibility. You can use it to travel, to enjoy yourself, to go shopping, to spend time with your friends, but not to change your body.
Wow, I don't even know what to say. Thank you, Dad, really. But why would you still give it to me if you don't agree with what I wanted?
Because I realized something important. You're not just asking for money, you're asking for a way to feel better. And maybe what you really need right now isn't surgery, but experiences that make you happy and confident naturally.
So you want me to use it to kind of reset my mind? Like take a break from all the pressure and just enjoy life for a bit?
Exactly. Go see new places, make memories, spend time laughing with your friends. Sometimes confidence grows when you stop focusing so much on your appearance and start living your life fully.
That actually sounds really nice. I haven't had that kind of break in a long time. I've just been stuck in my own thoughts, comparing myself all the time.
And that's what I want to change. I want you to see that your happiness doesn't have to come from looking like Kylie Jenner or anyone else. It can come from your experiences, your growth, and the way you see yourself.
I think I understand now. You're not just giving me money, you're giving me a chance to find confidence in a different way.
That's right. But I need your promise, Luna, a real promise. This money will never be used for plastic surgery, at least not while you're still figuring things out.
I promise, Dad. I won't use it for surgery. I'll use it for something positive, for experiences, for memories, for things that actually make me happy.
Good. That means a lot to me. Trust goes both ways, and I'm choosing to trust you with this. Don't break that trust.
I won't, I swear. Honestly, I feel kind of relieved right now, like I don't have to rush into something big anymore.
That's exactly what I was hoping for. Sometimes when we slow down and give ourselves space, we start to see things more clearly.
You know, I'm already thinking about going on a short trip with my friends, maybe somewhere relaxing where I don't feel pressured to look perfect all the time.
That sounds like a great idea. Go somewhere that lets you breathe, laugh, and just be yourself without worrying about comparisons.
And maybe I'll buy some new clothes too, not to impress anyone, but just to feel good in my own style. I think that's a better start.
That's a much healthier approach. Expressing yourself is different from trying to become someone else, and I'm glad you're starting to see that.
Thank you, Dad. Not just for the money, but for being patient with me. I know I was really stubborn earlier.
You were honest, and that's what matters. We might disagree sometimes, but we'll always work through it together.
I'm actually kind of excited now. This feels like a new beginning, not just a quick fix.
That's the spirit, Luna. A real change doesn't come from a single decision. It comes from how you choose to live every day.
I'll remember that, and I'll make sure this opportunity isn't wasted.
I know you won't. Now go plan that trip, and maybe save a little for something meaningful too.
Deal, Dad, and I love you.
I love you too, Luna. Always.
So did I just sin by asking for $10,000 for a new face? Damn. My dad said hard no to the surgery, but plot twist, he's letting me use the cash to just go wild and spend it all. Total upgrade. Shouting out my dad for being the best. That's the end of today's English listening practice. I hope you enjoyed the story and learned something new today. If this video helped you improve your English, please like the video and subscribe to the channel for more English learning content. Remember, learning English takes time and practice, so keep listening and keep learning every day. See you in the next English learning video. Goodbye.